Welcome back to my YouTube channel where we dive deep into the world of old coins and their hidden value, and today we explore a fascinating chapter in American numismatic history as we journey into the rich background and intricate details of the Washington quarters minted in the year 1980 to a year that holds significant meaning for collectors, historians, and coin enthusiasts across the United States and beyond. This is not just a regular coin. This is a relic of a transforming era in U.S. minting history, and by the end of this video, you will understand why the 1980 to Washington quarter holds a special place in the hearts of so many. To begin our journey, we need to travel back to the origins of the Washington quarter, which was first introduced in 1932 as a one-year commemorative coin to honor the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington, the first President of the United States. The public reception was so overwhelmingly positive that the coin became a permanent fixture in U.S. coinage, replacing the standing Liberty quarter, which had been in use since 1916. The design chosen for the new quarter featured a left-facing portrait of George Washington sculpted by artist John Flanagan based on a bust created by French neoclassical sculptor Jean-Antoine Odong. The reverse featured an eagle with wings outstretched standing on a bundle of arrows above to olive branches symbolizing peace through strength. Fast forward to 1982, the U.S. Mint was facing several challenges, including rising production costs and inflation. One of the major historical events of that year in coinage was the transition in the composition of the Lincoln cent, which had shifted from primarily copper to zinc due to the rising cost of copper. Although this did not directly affect quarters, it on a bundle of arrows above to olive branches symbolizing peace through strength. Fast forward to 1982, the U.S. Mint was facing several challenges, including rising production costs and inflation. One of the major historical events of that year in coinage was the transition in the composition of the Lincoln cent, which had shifted from primarily copper to zinc due to the rising cost of copper. Although this did not directly affect quarters, it signaled a broader trend of cost-cutting measures within the mint, and indeed the mint made several significant decisions that year that would impact the Washington quarter series, especially for collectors. One of the most important things to understand about 1982 is that it was the first year since 1965 that the U.S. Mint did not produce any uncirculated mint sets. This means there were no official U.S. Mint collector sets released for that year, which has significantly affected the availability and condition of 1980 to quarters in the decades since. Normally, these sets provide a high-quality source for uncirculated coins, but their absence in 1980 to means most surviving coins were released directly into circulation, making high-grade examples far more difficult to find today. The 1980 to Washington quarters were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, but only Philadelphia and Denver produced coins for circulation. The San Francisco Mint produced proof coins exclusively for collectors. These proof coins were struck multiple times using specially prepared dies and plankets, resulting in a mirror-like finish and exceptional detail. While beautiful and collectible, these proof coins were not meant for general use. The Philadelphia Mint produced the 1982 P quarter, which marked a notable moment in minting history because it was one of the early appearances of the P mint mark on the quarter. Prior to 1980, Philadelphia did not use a mint mark on quarters, making the 1980 to P an important identifier for coins of that period. This coin is known for a number of varieties and issues, especially weak strikes and inconsistent details, which resulted from worn or overused dies due to the mint's cost-cutting efforts. On the other side of the country, the Denver Mint produced the 1980 to D quarter, which is more abundant than the Philadelphia version but still presents a challenge when searching for coins in high mint state grades, especially MS65 and above. Like the P version, the D mint coins often suffer from poor striking quality and surface marks, as they were rapidly produced to meet circulation demands. Now let's dive into the numismatic significance of these coins. As with all collectible coins, the value of a 1980 to quarter depends on its condition, variety, and rarity. Because there were no uncirculated mint sets released, many of these coins circulated widely and received significant wear, making well-preserved examples hard to find. In recent years, high-grade 1980 to quarters have attracted strong interest from collectors, leading to rising auction prices, especially for coins that have been certified by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC. One major reason why collectors seek out the 1980 to quarters is the existence of several notable varieties. Perhaps the most famous is the 1980 to D strong D variety, where the mint mark is sharply defined compared to the more commonly seen weak D versions. This variety is difficult to locate in the wild and commands a premium, especially in higher grades. Another important element in coin collecting is the strike quality and luster, and unfortunately many 1980 to quarters suffer in both categories due to the poor production quality during that year. Additionally, there are known errors from 1982, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, and clipped plankets, that can further enhance the interest and value of a given coin. Collectors love these errors because they tell a story of the minting process and provide a unique identity to each piece in the world of numismatics. Such errors are often seen as a happy accident, a reminder of the human and mechanical imperfections that make coin collecting so fascinating. To understand the true market for these coins, we must also examine auction history and dealer trends over the past 2 decades. Prices for high-grade 1980 to quarters have steadily increased, especially for those graded MS66 and above. Some 1980 to D quarters in superb gem condition have sold for several $100s, and certain proof versions from San Francisco have also achieved impressive figures when possessing deep cameo contrast and flawless surfaces. Beyond the numbers and mint marks, the 1980 to Washington quarter tells a broader story of economic transition, government efficiency, and the evolving nature of American currency. It was born in a year that reflected the tightening of federal budgets, the modernizing of mint operations, and the slow shift from traditional coinage toward the cost-effective strategies we see in U.S. mints today. Collectors of Washington quarters often include the 1982 coins in their collections as key pieces because of their condition, rarity, and historical context. For those pursuing a full registry set or a complete album of Washington quarters from 1932 through 1998, when the series ended with the start of the 50-state quarters program, the 1980 to P and D quarters represent a true challenge in finding coins that meet the standards of sharp strike, clean surface, and good eye appeal. It is also worth noting that the absence of official mint sets in 1982 and 1983 has made these 2 years among the Washington quarter remained the same as it had since 1965, a clad composition consisting of a pure copper core surrounded by outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it the silver appearance but without any actual silver content. The coin weighs 567 grams and has a diameter of 243 millimeters. The reeded edge was retained, a feature that dates back centuries, originally designed to prevent the shaving or clipping of precious metal. Remained unchanged, with the iconic eagle standing proud above the olive branches, but subtle differences in die, wear, polish, and strike pressure mean that collectors often analyze these coins under magnification to spot varieties doubling and other anomalies. Finally, as we look to the future of coin collecting, the 1980 to Washington quarters stand as a bridge between the classic and modern eras. A coin that on the surface may seem common, but upon closer inspection reveals a rich tapestry of historical value, economic change, and minting evolution. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey into numismatics, the 1980 to quarter offers a perfect case study in why coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It is a way of preserving history, connecting with the past, and investing in tangible pieces of our national identity. Quarter offers a perfect case study in why coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It is a way of preserving history, connecting with the past, and investing in tangible pieces of our national identity. So, as we wrap up this long exploration of the 1980 to Washington quarters, remember that even everyday coins can carry extraordinary stories, value, and mystery, and I hope this deep dive has not only educated you, but also inspired you to look more closely at the coins in your pocket, your drawers, and your collections, because you never know when you might be holding a piece of history.